Imagine waking up one morning to find the sky not blue, but a strange, fiery red. The air smells like a campfire, and there's this weird, thick dust covering everything. You turn on the news, and the headline reads, "All the world's volcanoes are erupting." Sounds like the start of a wild sci-fi movie, right? But let's dive into what would really happen if every single volcano on Earth decided to erupt at the same time. First off, let's talk about ash. You know how annoying it is when it snows, and you have to shovel your driveway? Now, imagine that instead of snow, it's ash. And it's not just a light dusting, it's feet and feet of the stuff, covering roads, cars, and houses. This ash is everywhere, turning day into night. You look up, and instead of seeing clouds, you see massive, dark plumes of ash blocking out the sun. Breathing in this ash would be like trying to breathe with a pillow over your face. It's thick, gritty, and full of tiny, sharp particles that can seriously mess up your lungs. So, if you thought wearing a mask during a pandemic was bad, this would be a whole new level of discomfort. Everyone would be trying to stay indoors, sealing up windows and doors to keep the ash out, but it would still find a way in, like the world's worst houseguest. And then there's the lava. Volcanic eruptions aren't just about ash. They're also about rivers of molten rock flowing down mountainsides, melting everything in their path. If you live near a volcano, you might look out your window and see a glowing red stream of lava coming your way. That's definitely not something you see every day, and it's not something you want to see, ever. Lava moves slowly, so it's not like you can't outrun it, but it doesn't stop for anything. Houses, trees, roads. Lava just consumes them all. And the heat. Imagine standing near an open oven, but cranked up to 1,000,000 degrees. That's what it would feel like if lava got anywhere near you. Cities like Naples in Italy, near Mount Vesuvius, or Seattle in the US, near Mount Rainier, would be in serious danger of being turned into giant pools of lava. But let's not forget about the other fun stuff volcanoes bring. Gases. Volcanic eruptions release tons of gases into the atmosphere, and one of the worst offenders is sulfur dioxide. When this gas mixes with water vapor in the air, it turns into sulfuric acid, which then falls as acid rain. So not only would you have to deal with ash and lava, but you'd also need to watch out for rain that could burn your skin and destroy crops. Your garden would be toast, literally. And what about the oceans? If enough lava flows into the sea, it could cause massive steam explosions. These explosions would send huge clouds of superheated water vapor into the sky, adding to the chaos. And if that wasn't enough, these eruptions could trigger tsunamis. Imagine being at the beach when, out of nowhere, the water pulls back and then rushes in as a giant wave, wiping out everything in its path. Goodbye, beach day. The ground would also start shaking. The sheer power of all these eruptions would cause earthquakes. These wouldn't be your average little tremors, either. We're talking about massive quakes that could level cities, split roads, and cause landslides. The ground would be so unstable that even walking would be dangerous. But the scariest part? The sun. Or rather, the lack of it. All that ash and gas being pumped into the atmosphere would block out the sun's light, plunging the world into a kind of volcanic winter. Temperatures would drop, and without sunlight, plants wouldn't be able to grow. This would lead to food shortages and widespread famine. It would be like living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, but without the cool outfits. The global temperature would drop, possibly triggering a mini ice age. Ice would spread across the land, covering everything in a thick, cold blanket. It would be like the planet decided to turn itself into a giant snow globe, but without the cozy winter vibes. People would start to panic. Cities would empty out as people fled to the countryside, hoping to escape the worst of the eruptions. But where do you go when every volcano on Earth is erupting? There's no safe place to run. Airports would be shut down because planes can't fly through ash clouds, so everyone would be stuck, trying to figure out how to survive. Communication would become nearly impossible. With power lines down and the internet likely knocked out, people would have to rely on old-school methods like writing letters or using walkie-talkies. and good luck finding food and water. Supermarkets would be empty, and clean water would be hard to come by with all the ash and acid rain contaminating supplies. But believe it or not, there's a small silver lining. Over time, volcanic eruptions have created new land masses, fertile soil, and even helped shape the Earth's atmosphere. So, while the immediate aftermath would be devastating, there's a chance that, eventually, the Earth could recover and even benefit from the eruptions. New islands might form, and the soil, once it settles, could become incredibly fertile, leading to lush new landscapes. However, that's far down the line. First, we'd have to survive the chaos. And that's no easy task. But humans are resilient. We've survived ice ages, plagues, and world wars. If we can survive those, maybe, just maybe, we could survive a world full of erupting volcanoes. Eventually, the ash would settle, the lava would cool, and the sun would return. The world would start to rebuild, slowly but surely. It would be a long road to recovery, but it's not impossible. Who knows? Maybe we'd even find a way to harness the power of volcanoes for energy, turning a global disaster into a new source of power. After all, when life gives you lava, why not make the best of it? In the end, the idea of all the world's volcanoes erupting at once is both terrifying and fascinating. It's a reminder of the raw power of nature and how small we really are in the grand scheme of things. But it's also a testament to human strength and ingenuity. No matter what the Earth throws at us, we always find a way to adapt, survive, and move forward. So, if the day ever comes when every volcano on Earth decides to erupt, just remember, it's going to be one wild ride. But maybe, just maybe, we'll come out of it stronger and more prepared for whatever challenges lie ahead.